Hi and welcome to our channel. After being taken to the Durban High Court for prohibiting foreign nationals from gaining access to free public hospitals and clinics, Operation Dudula and March and March have come out victorious on this first round and celebrate, but stating more concerns when interviewed. Let's watch their interview and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
An urgent application by the Southern Africa Refugee Organisations Forum has been struck off the roll in the Durban High Court. The application had been brought against the Health Minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, and the Acting Police Minister, Feroz Kachalia. This follows several incidents where foreign nationals have been denied access to public health care facilities in different parts of the country. News from Africa's Pila Mtembu joins us live with more on this. Pila, good afternoon to you. We've seen cases like this in Joburg and other parts of the country as well. What happened in court today?
Indeed, Stephen. So we did hear from, the representative, the attorney, which was legally representing both the ministers in court, arguing that, in fact, the forum is coming after two parties which are not in any way responsible for the prevention of the immigrants from accessing public health care here in South Africa. So the courts actually found that the matter was not even supposed to be deemed as an urgent one, that it does not even recognize this application as an urgent application because, the prevention of these immigrants started in July, but the forum had to wait until August to actually, raise this particular matter with the court. So, the matter has been struck off the roll with the legal, the attorney over there saying that the ministers actually had nothing to do with this and that proper processes were not even followed before the matter was actually brought to court, saying that probably if, some sort of a formal letter was handed to those hospitals which are currently being blocked and have the hospital reach out to the Minister of Health. And then should the Minister of Health not, respond to that and blatantly ignore it, then they were probably going to have some sort of a ground to or a feet to stand on regarding the matter. But we did also mention that the March and March movement members were in court as well as those of Operation Dudula to sit in and listen to that particular matter being heard. I'm going to bring in Sfiso from Operation Dudula to speak to us. He was in court, this morning. Thank you so much for your time. You were excited to hear that the matter has been struck off the roll. If you could tell us why exactly were you that excited?
Thank you very much and greetings to your viewers. We are very happy and excited with the manner in which the court dealt with this matter. Because since they say that is an urgent matter and the court says there is nothing urgent about this matter, because they said they should have brought it around July when we started doing this activity. So I want to add to say that these, I wish to say, are waste of time court cases. The court matters they bring to court. Because these, we see that there is a concerted effort to stretch the overburden justice system of South Africa. So that is a problem. And we are very concerned as Operation Dudula and March with the activities and the approach these NGOs are doing. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And, to keep an open mind, there is, of course, a possibility that now it would have to be Operation Dudula as well as the March and March movement that the forum comes after, because at this particular point, both ministers are seemingly off the hook for now. And I'm wondering, should that happen, would you be intimidated by this? Because they are quite adamant and committed to ensuring that they continue with this battle.
Yeah, let them bring it on. We are ready. We are not intimidated. We see these people are just wasting their time. And unfortunately, we are also very concerned with the manner in which they operate. And we're starting to suspect, because we are picking some elements of terrorism in their approach. Because if you look at how they start to come in the fore now, even challenging some constitutionality of some sections of the Constitution, especially the Immigration Act, Now we have a problem because when we say we start to suspect them that these people are funded by terrorist group, whether you're Al-Shabaab, ISIS, Boko Haram, they must disclose who is funding them so that we know what is their agenda. Because that's the suspicion we hold as Operation Dudula. Because of the approach they do. They want to turn South Africa into a banana republic. These things happen because when you are not watching, when you are not looking, the country will be turned into a banana republic by their approach. May they please disclose, because there are many of them starting to take Operation Dudula and march to court, and even challenging and taking the ministers to court. In their approach now, you see that they are working very hard, and the energy they are showing to make sure that South Africa is ungovernable. This is a type of element that we see in some terrorist activities. That's why we say, may they disclose the documents that show who is funding these people, to an extent that they pay and they employ such expensive lawyers to take these matters to court. That is our problem, and we are pleading with them to please make sure that we must know who is funding them.
So when you know who's funding them, what's going to happen?
Yeah, at least we'll know what is the agenda behind the people who are funding them. Can we see the faces of the people who are funding them? That's a big problem, because you can't advocate for such illegality in a country and then we don't know who is funding you. Which agenda are you pushing? We must know who is funding them, then we start to understand what is their agenda. That's a main problem now, because they advocate for illegality. They say even if a police officer, as Section 41 of the Immigration Act is saying that a police officer should stop and inquire the nationality of any person, but they are challenging the constitutionality of that section. So that's the problem.
But when you speak of, terrorism and such organizations, do you have any evidence, though, to back this suggestion?
Yeah, as I'm saying that we suspect because of the manner they conduct themselves. Yeah. The manner they conduct themselves and the manner in which they advocate for illegalities. Such elements used to appear when there are activities by terrorist group. They want a country to be ungovernable, to turn to a banana republic, so that they continue with their activities in that country. So we suspect, we hold that suspicion, and we will let go of that suspicion the day they disclose who is funding them.
All right, so we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. That was Operation Dudula's Sfiso speaking to us, Stephen, really on what they are making from that particular court proceeding that we witnessed, and also, coming up with suspicions, saying that they feel as if, they are some sort of organizations which are terrorists backing this particular organization, but quite very serious suspicions coming through from that particular conversation. Where does the evidence even come from? Do they have anything to actually provide, stating that this is in fact even a possibility when it comes to this particular matter, Steve? And it's back to you.
It's sad to be seeing people waste more time now starting to take each other to courts instead of fixing the real important issues. Our country, and in fact all countries on our continent, need serious leadership change. Decades of the same problems while sitting on resources that only enrich political leaders while masses fight each other for crumbs on the ground. We need to be more serious about changing the system and removing useless leaders. After refugees took Dudula and marched to court, will this be them opening the door for more court cases we are likely to see between in more months to come?